Welcome to World Cup Cricket Classics. Today we're bringing you the 1992 World Cup final between Pakistan and England from the MCG in Melbourne. Pakistan, led by their inspirational skipper Imran Khan, were appearing in a World Cup final for the first time, whereas England were taking part in their third. They made one change from their semi-final win against South Africa. Derek Pringle came in for Gladstone Small. Pakistan also made a change. Ijaz Ahmed replaced Iqbal Sikandar. Imran Khan won the toss and he decided to bat first.
Javed Miandad is the new batsman. Wonderful player, great experience, and already he's having a chat. Looked as though either it came off very slowly from the pitch, or it was Lewis's slower ball. His arm action seemed to be fast enough.
I think it was just a little extra bounce, in fact, that undid Javed Miandad on this occasion. There is a bit more bounce in this pitch than we've seen in many of the wickets that have been used in this World Cup tournament. And you see Javed there just looking a little bit askance at the bounce of that ball.
Midon didn't pick it up all that quickly.
Javed Miandad having a slightly uncomfortable time here. Chris Lewis bowling very well at him. Completely mistimes this shot and lobs it towards Midon. Looked afraid it's not quite in quickly enough to make a catch out of it.
To get away with that, it's a question whether or not umpire Aldridge thinks he played a shot. The answer to that is yes.
Well, that's what umpire Aldridge thinks. Chris Lewis completely deceived Javed Miandad. A little bit of extra pace and angled in towards the leg stump. Javed Miandad gets his right leg right out of position. In fact, he's in no position to play a shot at the ball by the time it's finished. It's almost an involuntary stab with the bat. I suppose you could just say that he's tried to compensate, tried to get the bat across before it's too late.
Well, there's a confident appeal. Umpire Bucknor has been called into action several times in the exchanges so far. He's given a caught behind, a leg before. He signalled a no ball from square leg, which negated the dismissal.
There's the ball hitting Javed, possibly a little bit high, going over the top, and umpire Bucknor not too happy with where that ball was going, so quite rightly gives Javed the benefit of the doubt.
And there's another one which must be very close, and the Englishmen are astonished this time as well that umpire Bucknor shakes his head.
This is a super spell by Pringle, and here the next ball also hits Javed straight on the pad, and that is very, very close and possibly just outside the off stump. But there's not much there for Javed. Oh, he's very, very close that. And Pringle very excited.
So there's the man out on the sweeper position, the deep cover. Fine leg, and then there's one out at deep mid-wicket. Javed will look for two here. He'll get them. Pringle, not the fastest of the England fielders, coming in from long leg, and he's also had a longish spell in this heat, Derek Pringle, so he rather laboured in to pick it up.
Imran there taking the two once again down to Pringle. He's just a little bit slow on that big boundary, trying to defend it. And Ian Botham is not very happy about the fact that they're picking up twos down there. He would certainly only like a single here.
Yes, they've got two to Imran, and early in the over two to Javed Miandad, who's very adept.
That's his 50. 91 balls for his 50.
Settles for one as the throw comes in over the bails. So Javed Miandad, who so often sets the pace for his side in these matches, he's obviously decided he's going to bat right through this innings, and when it gets to the last 10 overs, he'll really cut loose. Slowly but surely his strike rate is lifting. Very firmly smashed away and fumbled there. Underneath the scoreboard it goes, and so that means it's 4. Well, Pringle got to it very comfortably, just bobbed out of his hands. 1-6.
He's beaten the mid-off-fielder for 4 more. That's where he found the boundary in the last over. He's repeated the shot. Imran's going. And this time to the left of Gooch. So Lewis is proving expensive here. Javed Miandad may be distressed out there by illness, but he still can put away a full toss.
They might not want to run, Javed, and that could be dangerous for England, because if he keeps striking boundaries like this, and that run rate's going to go up even further. This time Chris Lewis lets him have a full toss, and Graham Gooch starting to feel very vulnerable at mid-off. That's going to go very quickly down to 4 runs. The man's wide at long leg. That's 4 very welcome runs for England, which takes them to 4 for 80. And early trouble for Alan Lamb. Mushtaq Ahmed's bowled superbly tonight. He's had all the England batsmen looking at him very carefully indeed.
Yes, he's bowling it just outside the off stump, pitching it perfectly for his googly.
That could run away for 4. This outfield's been very quick all day. It's been superbly prepared by the curators here at the MCG. And Alan Lamb is away. Beautifully controlled sweep shot.
Mushtaq Ahmed has bowled wonderfully here today. He's pitched it almost perfectly there. It's just slightly over pitches. Lamb gets it away, but the 4s haven't been very easy for the England batsmen to get.
Fairbrother's going to look for 2. That's good running. Lamb placed it very well, and Fairbrother was off, left up like a rabbit. At least very, very quickly. They've got to start their surge now, and they've got to be very careful not to lose a wicket. They look for 2 again. Beautiful stroke. Away over cover. Alan Lamb's been searching for that shot. He was trying to get around so he could hit Amir Sohail, the left-arm spinner, away over cover, but Amir Sohail kept angling the ball in at him quite flat. Now Lamb has got Imran away over the infield. Akram is on a hat-trick. Slip in. It might be a little unlucky that he has Fairbrother at that end rather than the new batsman Dermot Reed.
He's had 2 hat-tricks and 1 internationals before. No ball. So we still have to wait to see if he'll get one. Perhaps a technical hat-trick. No ball. Signal by umpire Aldridge. Chetan Sharma, in fact, got the only previous hat-trick in the World Cup, and he bowled all 3 of his. Wasim Akram, one of his previous hat-tricks, have also been all bowled. Bojan, Marshall and Ambrose for the West Indies. But he won't get another one. So tremendous effort by Wasim Akram.
Amir Sahel there has got right across the pitch. He was getting ready for an appeal, delivered the ball left arm around the wicket, and then as he started to go for the appeal, he jumped right in front of the umpire.
Well, there's a misfield, and they've got to come back for the second, and that brings up his 50. 64 balls. A very good effort by him. It's also the end of the over. 6 for 165.
Yes, this has got to be the over, the last over from Amir Sahel. And with the left-hander on strike, it might be a little easier, although Fairbrother is hurting a bit. Don't know whether that'll restrict his batting.
So Fairbrother, the left-hander here. The question is, can he get one away into the gap at mid-wicket over the short mid-wicket's head? Get it over the top of the heads of those two there. He's got a chance.
Catch it!
That's the area, just over the top, and it'll run away down towards the boundary. Will it get cut off? Yes, yeah. Oh, it's been missed. Into the fence it goes. Well, the idea was right. He didn't quite middle it. Mushtaq down there went right over the top of it. Now he's gone in the leg.
You're never safe if you've backed Pakistan. They always give you a worry. Oh, strike me, he hasn't even got a glove on that. You can't make an error if you don't touch him. That was the theory in baseball. I think if I was scoring, that would have to go down as an error.
Fair weather charges, but he's bowled very well in the spell, Aqib Javed, keeping the ball up. They're coming back for the second. Throws the bowlers in. That's good running. Fairbrother's played very well here, David. He's a fighter and he's showing a lot of courage.
Shown a lot of character, Neil Fairbrother. Again, another Englishman suffering from an injury at a crucial time. But his job now is to stand there and whack the ball. He's got to make contact, keep nudging the ball into the gaps, try and hit the odd boundary in between. That's what England need as well.
Slow ball and well bowled. They don't get a single. A bit of confusion there with the run of the men at square leg running for the left-handed Neil Fairbrother.
And in fact, Alex Stewart, who is the runner at square leg there for Neil Fairbrother, saying he couldn't hear the call. And of course, the last thing they want now is a tragic run out for Neil Fairbrother. And it really is very hard. There's a lot of noise out in the stadium, 80-odd thousand people there, big atmosphere.
Yorks him, close, get back. He's back. It was all action there. It was all happening. Very close LBW shot. It was a Yorker. Maybe some bat there from Pringle. They're looking for a run. It was all happening.
This is a lethal delivery, especially if you're Derek Pringle's toes. That's a classic Akram delivery, in-swinging Yorker. And it's not slow, that I do promise you. Derek Pringle taking the decision to try and get out the way as soon as possible, nearly runs himself out as well. Just back in time. That's not a bad seed either, and Akram can do no wrong.
He's a magnificent athlete. And have a look at this action. He's a good athlete. He's a fine runner, but his success is in the quick arm actions. He really does charge in well forward. Beautiful, smooth run to the wicket, but when he gets there, it's so quick with the arm action. That's where he gets all his release from, always running through the crease and swinging the Yorker into the right-hander, almost unplayable to a low-order batsman.
Not too easy for a top-order batsman.
Going for single. Misses. Extra run. They'll be run out if they go. No. Calm heads. A very good over from Wasim Akram. It's 8 for 188.
Because he's kept the pressure on while Wasim has been attacking. So Wasim has been able to go on bowling in an attacking manner while the pressure is still kept on at the other end with Aqib's wonderfully accurate bowling. So Aqib Javed's performances have been very much underrated. He's not the glamour boy of Pakistan's cricket by a long shot. But ask Imran, ask Javed Miandad, and they'll tell you how important he is to the Pakistan team.
It always used to be said that strike bowlers operate in pairs. I mean, you always think of Lillian Thompson, or even further back, Statham and Truman. There's always one who's the real sort of out-and-out wicket taker, but they do need the support. And I wonder if this is going to be a sort of a combination for the future.
I think if Waqar comes back very quickly, then Aqib will be the first change bowler, and Akram and Waqar will be the new ball bowlers. So all in all, it doesn't look like it's going to be a happy time for the openers who confront Pakistan.
Okay, we're getting commentary back from the MCG. Let's pick it up.
Here in the middle of the Melbourne Cricket Ground, a crowd of over 87,000 here today, creating a new limited overs attendance record in Australia, beating the previous one of 86,133 on this same graph.
The 1992 World Cup has been an outstanding success. A large part of that success has been due to the tremendous support that we've received from the sporting public of both New Zealand and Australia. For that we say thank you. We're also indeed grateful for the generous sponsorship of the Benson and Hedges Company. To present the Man of the Match award and the prize money cheque to the losing captain, Graham, I now introduce to you former Australian cricketer and now director of the Benson and Hedges Company, Mr. Alan Turner.
Thank you, Malcolm. When we accepted the role as sponsor of this 1992 World Cup, we anticipated a great festival of cricket, and I must say the Benson and Hedges Company is delighted with the way it has been staged in Australia and New Zealand. It truly has been magnificent. We thank the Australian Cricket Board and New Zealand Cricket for the effort they have put into this tournament to make it so successful. We congratulate all 9 teams, and we thank the public in both Australia and New Zealand for superb support they have provided throughout. I have here a I now ask Graham Gooch, captain of England, to come up and accept a cheque from the Benson and Hedges sponsorship for $25,000 as runner-up in the World Cup. You may not have won this match, but your team did a magnificent job in reaching this final, and you certainly proved worthy opponents.
Thank you very much, Graham Gooch. It's now my pleasure to introduce Sir Colin Cowdrey, Chairman of the International Cricket Council. Mr. Cowdrey.
Right through the tournament.
Well, I know that the game of cricket has been viewed by a lot of people who had no idea what the sport was all about. The event going to over 1 billion viewers. It's reckoned, of course, with Prime Sports here joining in. The audience increased even further, and of course, 87,000 people at the MCG just to finish all things off, a record attendance there. So it looks as though one-day cricket at least is in a very healthy state.
It certainly is. It's really the thing that is supporting the Test match version, because in the old days it was the Test matches which brought in the crowds, but today it is the one-day games that bring in the crowds. And that's where the money is for the administrators and for the players as well.
And it's a long haul for the players. I mean, they were there on tour for 5 weeks, and that probably butted on to all the preparation overseas they're in. I mean, you don't think that this is too much for the players, or do you think that's part of their profession they're getting with it?
I think it's part of their profession, and in any case, the World Cup is an event which comes once in 4 years, so you have to make do with the odd niggle and aches and pains and carry on with it over the 5 weeks. That's what Pakistan has done. They've ignored the aches and pains. They better be careful with that cup as they run over there. But Pakistan really has shown that flair can win the cup. I mean, they played with a lot of flair. I mean, it's not been just up and down professional cricket. They have played with a lot of style, and they are really deserving champions. Intikhab Alam, who has been the cricket manager for some time now, when he was playing there wasn't the World Cup. He must be a very happy man too.
I think I'd like to reiterate what you said about the Pakistan flair. I mean, they've done it with probably the most effective bowlers in the World Cup. You know, certainly the best leg spinner in Mushtaq, the best strike bowler, and also when it's mattered, they've had some brilliant batting performances. I mean, like Inzamam's innings the other day, and the one today wasn't too bad either. And they've actually pulled out the brilliant performances when it's needed.
Yes, I think what a lot of people tend to overlook is that bowlers are very, very important in one-day cricket, because if they can take wickets, then they're putting pressure on the opposition batsman. It's no good just having bowlers who will contain the batsman, because as we've seen right through this World Cup tournament, even if the batsmen are contained in the first 30 overs, if there are no wickets that have fallen, they can always throw their bats about and get almost 8 or 9 runs an over in the last 20 overs, and thus make up for their earlier